Hey guys, welcome back to Tech with Devang. This is your host, mentor, and a friend, Devang Sharma, a software development engineer at Cisco and the host of Complete Java series. In this series, we will be starting from freshman to professional developer. Doesn't matter if you are a freshman or newbie to Java, or if you are a junior developer or senior developer, there is something for everybody in this series. We'll start it from the basic working of JDK, JVM, and JRE, then coming to the basic architecture of multi-threading, stream API synchronizations, and Java 7 and Java 8 features. And for the senior developers, we will have the microservice architecture based upon Spring Boot and Hibernate. So let's start today's video without a further ado. Hey guys, let me introduce to a wonderful initiative taken by Newton School. This initiative is called Launchpad. This is for the people who want to start coding from scratch and learn the basics of different programming languages for absolutely free of cost. Yes, I repeat, absolutely free of cost. It has plenty of resources available here, including courses from Java, Python, Node.js, CPP, React.js, and DBMS and SQL management. Also, few of these courses are available in Hindi as well. So what are you waiting for? Applications are open now. Apply today to become a rockstar developer within 6 months. In today's video, we are going to talk about Tostring Method. Tostring Method is a very important method, and you must have came across in various use cases. You must have seen being used in the code internally as well as overriding it. Let's understand the use case for it. Why is string method used? So just if I have to define in one line, the toString method actually returns with a string representation of the object. Now what do I mean by the toString method? So if you want to represent any object as a string, there you call toString method. If you want to print any object, what will happen internally is Java compiler internally invokes the toString method on the object. So what you have to do is you have to override the toString method to print the actual values. Now the advantage that you will get is you don't need to write much code on it because you can just override the toString method to print the values of the object. Now you will be having a question, what if I don't use the toString method? But how my output will change? Well, to give an actual answer to it, I will show the exact working code and make you understand why toString method is important. And to give the answer for that question theoretically, if you don't use the toString method in your code and you just go ahead and print the object, as you know, JVM converts all objects into hash values first, right? So the object that is converted to the hash value, it will print the hash value and not the object values. So to convert, instead of printing the hash values, we want to actually see the values of the object, we will need to use the toString method. Let us understand with this a live coding. So let's go to the code editor for Newton School and see our code for toString method. So you can see my ID, which is used by Newton School. And it's a wonderful idea. It has multiple features like multiple programming languages are there, multiple themes are there, and you can see the standard output, error, compiler, and messages. Very good user interface it provides. So let's quickly switch to the code and try to understand the use case of toString method. So I'm creating a class here named Newton School. So I create an integer course ID, a string, student name, and another string, course name. So imagine there are multiple courses that are available at Newton School. Now there are multiple students who are enrolled there, and then we have their course ID. So every course will be associated with a course ID. Let's try to understand how we'll be solving this using this toString method, how to print the values. So here I define the constructor. My constructor will contain 3 parameters, an integer and 2 strings. So I'll be just initializing the values here. Okay, here I will initialize the value, right? Now I will not be using any toString method. So what I do is I define a class main. Here is my main method. So it will be public static void main, and then I do is okay. Since it's a different class, if I have to use this class, I have to create an object of this class, right? So to create an object of this class, what I will do is I will just define class name, object name equal to new class, right? And let me initialize the value. I am calling the constructor. So let me initialize the value like 1. Student name is Devang, and let's say he's enrolled in the Java course. Devang loves Java. And another object here, I will just change the values. Name of the object is B. Define this. And let me pass the value to some other name, Harshit, and he is enrolled in the course Golang. Okay, now let's do one thing. Let's print out the course ID, the student name, and the course name. Okay, and then I will print out is so what I want in the output is something like course ID, student name, and course name. So the output should be something like 1 Devang Java and 2 Harshit Golang. Let's see if I get the right output or not. So I'll save this code and let me run it. This is a string. Okay, let's see the output that we get. We get the course ID, student, course name, that is actually predefined. But when I see system.out.println A, which is my object, and system.out.println B, so it returns Newton School, which is name of the class, right? Name of the class of which that object is. And this value that you see at the rate 6FF3C5B5, this is actually the hash code. Similarly, in the second case, this is actually the hash code. Now the question is, did I want this as an output? The answer is no. I do not want this as an output. What I wanted was output like I wanted to name who are the persons or the students, which courses they are enrolled into, and what is the course ID. That's the only thing I needed. But this is not solving my use case, right? This is giving me a hash code value. What I need is the actual value. So to come to that answer, to give that answer, this is where the role of toString comes. So here I define public toString, right? It will actually return me a string. So Put now course ID, student name, course name. So I get the course ID of both the courses, I get the student name and the course name. So how does that happen? What does this method has actually done? Java internally calls the toString method. I repeat, Java compiler internally calls the toString method. And this is what we have just overridden it. So without writing the much code, we converted the object to the string. Let's see. If I type this statement, what is actually happening at the backend is, the Java compiler is writing something like a.toString. This is happening at the backend. Similarly here, Java compiler will be writing it to as b.toString or object.toString. So this is the magic that the toString function solves. Okay, let's see the output again. Was this my required output? Yes, this was my required output. So I hope you guys are clear with what is the use case of toString method and how do we convert an object to the string representation using toString function. With that being said, I hope you enjoyed this session. If you want me to make a video on some other topic, do mention it in the comment box, so I'll be happy to make it video to clear your doubts. With that being said, do not forget to subscribe the channel and like this video. Share this video as much as possible with your friends so it can benefit them as well. With that being said, we will see each other in the next video. Thank you.